After college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life, and I had the opportunity to go and work with my brother on his real estate team. So I did. And after a few years there, I learned a lot and I got some people skills, but I realized that it wasn't really right for me. I just didn't feel myself there. And I started getting into meditation, and I really started asking myself, what is it that I wanted to do with my life? And I started praying, like, please show me, like, I know I'm creative. I know that there's that something inside of me that's my gift, but I need some help finding it. And maybe like a month or two after I really started asking myself this, I met a girl who came over to my house one day with some hula hoops in her car. And I was like, what are you doing with hula hoops in your car? And she was like, well, let me show you. So she took the hoops out and showed me a couple tricks she could do with them. And I was immediately like amazed. Wow, this is so cool. And she taught me a couple tricks. And I asked her, like, where did you get these hoops? And she told me that she made them. So I was super impressed. I asked her if she would make me one, and she actually said, I'm gonna do one better and I'm gonna show you how to make them. So that week I was invited over to her house and she helped me make my very first hula hoop, which I still have in the old family garage. Pretty much from that day forward, I was not able to put the hula hoop down. It was attached at the hip, literally, for a very long time. And every time I picked up that hoop, I just felt this connection and this oneness, and made me really peaceful and really happy. So I kind of had just this feeling that this is what I was supposed to do. And I became determined to become an incredible hula hoop performer, to inspire the world and to have a really big impact on the world through these little plastic circles. So yeah, the first kind of thing that happened was I was hula hooping on the beach that first summer when I started hula hooping, and a lot of the women started seeing this transformation happen to me, and they were like, where did you get this hula hoop? Like, we've been watching you, like, it's really incredible what you're doing. And by that point I was doing all these tricks because I practiced for probably 5 to 10 hours every day. And so they were like, we want a hoop. And I was like, I'll make you one. So I started making these adult fitness hula hoops for these women down the shore. And probably, I guess, 6 months after I picked up the hula hoop for the first time, I started my first hoop company called Hoop There She Is. And I started selling adult fitness hoops at local craft shows. And that's kind of how it all began. And then maybe 9 months after I started hooping, I got my first job as a hula hoop girl at a local nightclub called Boogie Nights, where I was the original hula hoop girl down in Atlantic City. Now they're everywhere. So it's pretty awesome to look back and to see how, you know, times have changed and how it's just grown as such an amazing entertainment tool. When I was working at this nightclub, I saw my first video of an LED hula hoop on Christabel Zamore, and it was on YouTube, and I got so excited. I took it immediately to my manager at the nightclub, and I was like, will you please get me one of these? We need to have this here. And he was like, sure, yeah. So my Acai hoop was my first LED hoop, and it felt like forever waiting for that thing to come in the mail. So yes, Phoenix Hoopers, I do understand. I've been there too. And yeah, so I started performing with an LED hoop at this nightclub, and it's really interesting. I always felt like the hula hoop was kind of this like armor of light. It was this like circle of protection and this vortex. It was a really powerful tool of transformation for me. And what's really special is that I feel like now with Spinifex, I'm able to share that with others. So anyway, I had this crazy idea one day when I was standing outside of a movie theater to like, you know, those red scrolling marquee signs that, like, you know, go across the top and tell you the movie times and what's playing. And I was like, oh, I wonder if we could do that on a hula hoop. I know the hoop is moving and not really sure how it would work, but I'm gonna ask around my engineer friends and see like what we might be able to make happen. So it took me a little while, months and months of asking around, and finally my friend Matt, who happened to live across the street, was like, oh yeah, I can totally help you make that. And I think it was for like maybe $40, and he picked out of the trash bins at work the parts that we needed to put it together. But really quickly we had a working prototype. And that year was the first year I went to Burning Man, and I took the Pro Hoop, which that's what we called it, the Pro Hoop, to Burning Man, and the reaction of the people watching, the crowds was just, it was amazing. I think I was covered in bruises from head to toe because the first prototype weighed about 5 or 10 pounds, and it was just super heavy, but I was so excited and I had so much adrenaline from the reaction of the crowds that I couldn't put it down. I wanted everyone to see. And that was kind of like the pivotal moment in my life that like was like, I can really do this. Like, I can create a career out of this, and that's what I'm gonna do. And from that moment forward, I have put blood, sweat, and tears into creating Spinifex, into learning what a business is and how to even go about it. It's not been easy, let me tell you. It's been really hard, but the rewards are just so incredible. Those moments when I like look out at a sea of Phoenix hoopers now, those moments when I get an email from a person that tells me, you know, how the Phoenix hoop has just changed their life, or someone who says like now they've created a career out of these Phoenix hoops, and that they're so, you know, so proud to represent Spinifex, and so, you know, happy to be a part of the family. After coming back from Burning Man, I had heard, I knew through, you know, the Philadelphia, where I was living at the time, the Philadelphia burner scene, that there was another guy in town, Jeremiah, who was making LED hula hoops. So I decided to hit him up and to see if he was interested in teaming up with Matt and I to make some more LED props. And he was totally down. So the three of us would meet at, you know, each of our places. We would take turns on work nights and going around town, just little by little piecing together. You know, we brought the Phoenix, Jeremiah's old Phoenix hoops in. We were working on the Pro hoops. We were working on the Spectra Poi. We eventually put together a Kickstarter project so that we could get some funding to go into the first round of production on our Phoenix hoops. Which did really well, and so we got funded and we made a batch of Phoenix hoops and put them out there, and everything was going really, really well. And I decided that it was time for me to make a move, so I moved from Philadelphia out to LA, and I thought LA would be the perfect place to really take Spinifex to the next level. I mean, really, it's tons of performance opportunities and just a really great creative vibe out in LA. So I took the leap and I did it, and it was an awesome choice. I found a family here and have, you know, for 3 years now been in LA, where we've created this family of Spinifex, and we have this amazing office now. It's so much fun. We're surrounded by 100 other creatives around us, and we get to meet so many interesting people. And we sell our Phoenix hoops all over the world now, and we've continued to evolve, and we've continued to create these super advanced LED performance and play tools. And it's been such an amazing learning and growing experience. I mean, there's really not much more I could ask for in life. It's to be creative, to feel inspired, and to inspire others. That is why I'm here, and that is why I will continue to push the limits of LED performance technology. I will continue to grow, and I will continue to take Spinifex to new heights. And yeah, with your support and your love, we will take it higher together. So yeah, Thank you for the opportunity to be myself and to bring you SpinFX. I'm gonna cry.